This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Merry Christmas, and welcome back to another edition. I guess you could call it Edmonton Oilers discussion. We're going to discuss an Oilers prospect, but kind of here in the next week, we're going to go heavy Team Canada, Team Sweden, World Juniors coverage just to get us by in what's going to be a kind of lazy part of the NHL news cycle. I'm hoping because if I'm going to go cover the World Juniors and then all of a sudden it's going to heat up in the NHL, that's going to be nuts. But hey, you know what? Let me do some math for you here. I've got today off, tomorrow off, Sunday off, Monday off. I work full day Tuesday, full day Wednesday, half day Thursday, and then Friday off again. And then, of course, the Saturday and Sunday off. So I got 2 full days between now and January 4th. I think we're going to survive just fine no matter how much or how little Oilers news there is because of covering the World Juniors. So here we go. Let's get to it. How about this? Let's get the two worlds to collide for a minute. I'm still figuring out how to comfortably sit here in this chair. It's a good little Christmas upgrade, let me tell you. All right. Anyway, Dylan Holloway, we've known for a while here this guy was not going to play on Team Canada's third line. And now with Kirby Dach out, Andre Tarugny, or Tarigny? I'm going to have to listen to the broadcast because I know I'm butchering that bad. And we'll get to that. I apologize. That was brutally bad, and we'll find a pronunciation and we'll get it going. But yeah, Dylan Holloway. However, he will be on the second line. Perfetti, McMichael, and Krebs is your top line. Holloway up there with Newhook and Cousins. So, I mean, for Dylan Holloway, he's playing with some pretty talented players. Dylan Cousins and Newhook as well. Whew, goodness sakes. This is going to be a fun tournament to watch. I know a lot of my friends on Facebook have players involved in this tournament for their favorite teams, especially on the Team Canada squad. So this is going to be even better. Cole Perfetti, right? Obviously Winnipeg Jets fans. Then you've got Peyton Krebs down there in Vegas. So anyone in Western Canada that goes to Vegas will give a little bit of a care about Peyton Krebs. Dylan Holloway, Oilers Central, no duh. Alex Newhook, isn't he with the Colorado Avalanche, I believe? And then Dylan Cousins. Did Cousins end up in Buffalo? I'm gonna give myself an education lesson here, and we'll just go for a few seconds here on the Buffalo Sabres 7th overall, right before Philip Broberg was selected at 8th overall. Okay, there we go. Tyson has just reassured what he thought, and we're good to go. So, anyway, that's not really what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss exactly how exciting this is that Dylan Holloway will be on the second line for Team Canada. So this is a guy that's going to be relied upon not only to bring offense to this squad in a second line role. Obviously, you know what? You can still use a second line to be your shutdown, valuable line out there to eat big minutes and then allow your top line to go score you all the goals. That's potentially what happens here. I guess that's what I've read is the plan for Dylan Holloway at least. He'll be on the penalty kill quite a bit. And of course now in his second line role, I wonder how much of his offensive game is going to get to shine through. That's kind of the exciting part here, is to see exactly just how much of Holloway's offensive game we're going to get to see compared to how much of his defensive game. And whether you be an Oilers fan that's looking for a defensive two-way winger or you look for an offensive two-way winger, Dylan Holloway, he's probably going to see some time at center sometime during this tournament. I would not be surprised if him and Newhook switch it up a little bit in the weaker games, but again, that's up to the head coach, and I'm just speculating on that. So, but Dylan Holloway in that second line role, light me up. That is exciting for us because the other side too, I think you look back to last year's tournament, Raphael Lavoie, in my memory, the few games I watched, he didn't get to play a lot of big minutes for Team Canada last year, whereas Dylan Holloway in a second line role is going to get to play a ton of big line minutes for Team Canada, and that's going to be massive. That's going to be absolutely huge for us, and I can't wait to see that because, you know what? End of the day, as Oilers fans, right, we get Philip Broberg. You're going to see Philip Broberg a ton in this tournament. You expect him to dominate. You expect to see him just roll over everybody else and be a man amongst boys kind of deal, and that's fine. That's what we want Philip Broberg to do. Don't get me wrong there, but that's what we want him to do, but that's also the expectation. Whereas Dylan Holloway, for a lot of Oilers fans, this will be our first real true test to see him play elite competition in his own age group and try to excel while doing it. That's kind of the key, right? Is not only do we get to see him graded against some of the other top tier names in the NHL prospect pool, but we get to see him kind of see what he can do to elevate above the rest or above most of the rest or above, right? What can he do to be, instead of on an even playing field with the rest of his peers, to be above here? And as I said earlier, everybody expects it to be on the defensive side of the puck that Dylan Holloway is going to really shine through. But honestly, on this lineup, you look at this here, Holloway, Newhook, Cousins. All of a sudden, you add Dylan Cousins to that line. You've got Newhook there as well. Dylan Holloway's got a lot of potential to play a lot of good offensive minutes for this Team Canada squad. And you've seen what he did this year so far with Wisconsin in those 2 games, sniping 2 just beautiful goals for the Wisconsin Badgers. So you're kidding me if you don't think this guy's got a good enough shot to score a couple of huge goals and a couple soft ones maybe in the early on games. But I guess that's where we'll turn to things tomorrow and see how things go against Germany. Devin Levi gets the start tomorrow. So this is kind of the game preview, but also the Oilers fan game preview for Team Canada tomorrow. So what do we got on tap? So it's a 4 p.m. start tomorrow against Germany. It's 12 p.m. for Sweden tomorrow. So we got a lot to go through tomorrow. I think about, honestly, 12 to 4 p.m. We're talking just about 7 or 8 straight hours of Edmonton Oilers prospect coverage, World Juniors coverage, whatever you want to call it, on Dolynny TV tomorrow. And I look very much so forward to enjoying it alongside with you guys. Because it's, you know what? Straight up, I know the facts. I'm not the big guy that's streaming it, right? You look at Hot Take Hockey, you look at Nathan Gravita there. Those are the guys that'll be streaming and they'll be rocking the stream numbers. That's not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is enjoy with you guys that have spent all this past couple of months here going through Crapville with no hockey with me. Well, that's what these streams are intended to do, is get us back primed, ready to go for the Edmonton Oilers season. That's what these streams are intended to do, and that's exactly what they will be achieving starting tomorrow at noon. Sweden, we'll look forward to their game. Philip Broberg, hopefully a 3 or 4 point night, lighten up the competition. And then, yes, Dylan Holloway on the second line, a chance to shine through offensively, but also a chance to shine through defensively. It's going to be an interesting matchup for sure against Germany, because Germany is one of those squads that, I think from what I've read, they're kind of decimated in terms of numbers on the bench to start this tournament due to positive cases. But end of the day, you know what? Germany's still a very good hockey team. Over the past 5 or 6 years, they have just gone from here, I guess you can't see it, here to here in terms of top tier talent, and I'm looking very forward to seeing what Team Germany brings against the Canadians tomorrow. I know, honestly, right, historically this is a guaranteed win for Canada, and I'm not expecting anything but tomorrow. But again, right, hockey is hockey, and you just don't know what's going to happen, especially a decimated German bench. They might just be that much more hungry to get it going, or it may turn into a top tier junior B team against the worst junior B team in the league, where it is just an absolute laugher. Either way, we'll enjoy it, and hopefully Dylan Holloway will bag a bunch of goals for us tomorrow, us Oilers fans, and it'll be a good go around. So ladies and gentlemen, the one big piece here that I haven't said is Kirby Dach is out. The captain's done. He is finished for the tournament. That really sucks for the Chicago Blackhawks, but hey, as Oilers fans, you know what? Wait, hold on. Why are we even worried about Chicago? All Canadian division. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes, excellent. All right, well, Dylan Holloway on the second line. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Edmonton Oilers fan guide to tomorrow's game against Germany. This de facto game preview for Team Canada and Team Germany tomorrow at 4 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, please set your reminders for noon tomorrow, Mountain Standard Time. So if you're out on the East Coast, 2 p.m. Eastern, whatever you have to do to set your reminders to come check out tomorrow's stream here on Dolynny TV. With that, Merry Christmas. Keep enjoying your day. I hope you've been enjoying your day. Of course, if you want to let me know what you got for Christmas gifts, that's what the other video was designed for. But if you want to do it now, why not? Ladies and gentlemen, I am up on out of here.